more special when you make it yourself with JoAnn Fabrics and Crafts. Our delightful greenery, candles, and ornaments make wonderful decorations. And at our 2-day after Thanksgiving sale, you can save 60% on florals, greenery, and Veltex ribbon and bows. Plus, you'll find incredible savings on all other holiday merchandise, including a variety of great gift ideas. So hurry in. With JoAnn Fabrics and Crafts, there isn't anything you can't do. Stores open tomorrow at 6.
For generations of crafters, quilters, DIY enthusiasts, JoAnn's wasn't just a store, it was a destination. Rows of colorful fabrics, aisles packed with craft supplies, and endless possibilities for creative projects made JoAnn's a staple in communities across America. But after more than 80 years in business, the company that helped fuel Americans' crafting culture came to an unexpected end. This is the story of JoAnn. Our story begins in 1943, during World War II. In Cleveland, Ohio, 3 German immigrant families, the Reich, Roschbach, and Zimmerman family, opened a small store called Cleveland Fabric Shop. The business found success serving customers looking for fabrics and sewing materials during the time when many families made and repaired their own clothing at home. Over the next 2 decades, the company steadily expanded. Then, in 1963, the business adopted a new name that would become famous across America, JoAnn Fabrics. The name was created by combining the names of 2 daughters from the founding families, JoAnn and Jacqueline Ann. The rebranding marked a beginning of a new chapter. Just 6 years later, in 1969, the company became publicly traded under the name Fabric Centers of America, Inc. As American suburbs expanded and crafting became more popular, JoAnn grew alongside them. By the early 1990s, the company had become one of the largest fabric retailers in the country. A major turning point came in 1994 when Fabric Centers acquired Cloth World, a southern fabric chain with 342 locations. At the time, the company already operated 655 stores, making it a dominant force in the fabric industry. But growth wasn't without challenges. In 1997, the company agreed to pay $3.3 million to settle federal charges alleging it had misled investors by overstating earnings before selling securities in the early 1990s. Despite the controversy, expansion continued. In 1998, Fabric Centers acquired House of Fabrics, another major competitor. That same year, the company officially changed its name to JoAnn Stores, and all locations were rebranded to JoAnn Fabrics. The company entered the 2000s as the undisputed leader in fabric and craft retailing. In 2006, Darrell Webb became chairman and CEO. 4 years later, private equity firm Leonard Green and Partners purchased the company in a deal worth approximately $1.6 billion. The acquisition took JoAnn private and marked the beginning of a new era. Leadership changes followed throughout the 2010s as the company searched for ways to adapt to changing consumer habits and growing online competition. In 2015, Jill Solta became CEO and pushed the company toward a broader identity beyond fabric. As a result, in 2018, JoAnn Stores rebranded once again, this time to simply JoAnn. The goal was to appeal not only to sewers and quilters, but also to artists, hobbyists, and makers of all kinds. Around this time, JoAnn also experimented with new innovations, including partnerships with Global Block to create STEM-focused subscription boxes for children. Then came 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic changed everything. Prior to the pandemic, JoAnn had struggled financially. losing more than $500 million during the 2019 financial year. But suddenly, demand exploded. Millions of Americans stuck at home turned to crafts, sewing, and DIY projects. At the same time, mask mandates created enormous demand for fabric and sewing materials. The company gained roughly 9 million new customers and swung from massive losses to more than $200 million in profit. In 2021, the company returned to the public market. However, the pandemic boom would prove temporary. JoAnn also faced criticism during the pandemic for keeping stores open while claiming they were essential business because of the supply materials for homemade masks. Some hospitals questioned the usefulness of those masks, while critics accused the company of putting employees and customers at unnecessary risk. As the pandemic restrictions faded, the consumer habits changed once again. Many customers returned to pre-pandemic routines, and the demand for crafting supplies began to decline. Meanwhile, inflation, debt, and increased competition placed additional pressure on the business. By late 2023, warning signs were becoming impossible to ignore. Credit agencies warned that bankruptcy might be approaching, and the company's stock prices fell below $1 per share. In March 2024, JoAnn filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company hoped to reduce debt and restructure while keeping stores open. It emerged from bankruptcy as a private company just weeks later, but the relief was short-lived. In January 2025, less than a year after its first bankruptcy filing, JoAnn filed for Chapter 11 protection again. Sales continued to decline, and the company struggled to stabilize its finances. The following month, JoAnn announced plans to close 500 of its remaining 800 stores. Then came the final blow. After failing to find a buyer for the business, JoAnn announced it would liquidate its remaining locations. On May 30th, 2025, the last JoAnn store officially closed its doors. An American retail institution was gone. Just days later, arts and crafts competitor Michaels acquired JoAnn's intellectual property and private label brands. While the store themselves disappeared, some of JoAnn's most recognizable products would continue to live on through Michaels locations and online sales. For millions of customers, JoAnn represented more than just a retail chain. It was where quilts were started, Halloween costumes were made, wedding decorations were crafted, and creative ideas came to life. From a small Cleveland fabric shop in 1943 to a nationwide empire with hundreds of stores, JoAnn's stores reflected both the power of American retail growth and the challenges of surviving in a rapidly changing marketplace. And while the doors may be closed for the final time, the impact JoAnn had on generations of makers and creators will not be forgotten.